Alright guys, this is my third and final attempt on Whompy's core bin. I've been picking on this thing. Look at the bottom of that keyway. I have done that, I'm sorry to say, but it's a pretty soft body. This thing has been around the block, and it's tough. It's tough lock, I gotta say. I do have a key for it. Let me get it clamped down, I'll show you. And there's the key. Looks like Whompy used marine grade shrink wrap. That looks like adhesive coming out of there. So we may have to cut our way into that when it comes time to gut it. Wide open keyway, so I can use a 25,000, or actually 23 thousandths deforest from the Praxis kit, and he fits in there perfectly. Feels like 6 pins, and 2 of them have pretty significant springs behind them, so it even makes it hard to count these sometimes, but we'll pick them till it opens. How about that? Another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the microphone. Because this has so much threading in it, I'm going to put the mic right there. Maybe you guys can pick up on some of this evilness that Whompy's thrown in here. The previous 2 attempts I tried to pick it clockwise. I'll try this one counterclockwise. All right, nasty, nasty lock. So very light tension. I learned that the hard way. I'm looking for counter rotation. Okay, that was 6, I believe. That's pin 3. I got to click. He was binding. Pin 2, binder. Little counter rotation on him too. Solid click. Pin 1, counter rotation, and I got a false set. It's a pretty good false set, better than I had going the other direction. Pin 4, counter rotation. Good click on him. I still got the false set. 3, counter rotation. Good, I got the false set still. I'm further along than I was in the other 2 attempts at this point. I'm looking for any kind of counter rotation or feedback. Okay, that was pin 4. I touched him and felt a very slight turn. I wasn't actually trying to pick him, it just happened. I'm on pin 2. There's very slight counter rotation now. See if I can get on him and knock this out. Come on, get on there. Something weird about him. There we go. Counter rotation. Oh! That's what I mean by light tension, guys. I don't know. Let's keep messing around before we force anybody. There's counter rotation on 3. And there we go. All right, I'll take it. I believe that's an open. Yeah. Let me zoom out. All right, thank goodness. Get out of there. Let me move the mic out of the way. Put that back up where it belongs. Pull this dude out of here and turn it around so you can see we do have an open. All right, let us gut it. I've already got everything kind of laid out here. Get that out of the way, him out of the way. Turn this straight down. In anticipation, because as soon as we get done with this, we're going to do some giveaways, guys. All right, I do have a key, so let me go ahead and lock this guy back up. And let's make sure that the key does work. I am going to have to cut that off because it does look like some kind of adhesive. Yeah, I'm on. Have we seen anything like that lately? Oh my goodness. All right, let's see if it works. Whompy, it better work, man. Come on, get in there. Okay, I'm not going to keep messing with it. It opens counterclockwise, which, well, might as well try it again. It does open counterclockwise. It doesn't want to open clockwise. So maybe those 2 previous attempts were futile. Let's see if I can, here we go. It does turn counterclockwise. So I'm not going to take the key out. Usually I do, but I'm afraid if I take it out, I won't be able to turn it again. So it is working. So it is a valid challenge lock. If it does that, if you guys know that when you build them, let me know that it doesn't pick or turn in a certain direction in the future, so I won't waste any time trying to pick it in that direction. I don't mind getting locks that only open in one direction. Just let me know which way that happens to be. All right. The tailpiece off. Okay, this is going to be opposite of normal. So let me turn it like that. Are we zoomed out all the way? Yeah, I'm on. Try it like that. And try not to screw it up at this point. Okay, we set them right there. What do we got? I see some weirdness. Let me get to pick. I see some weirdness right here. He's flopping around like his shoes are too big. And the same with him. We got a floppy right there. He actually looks drilled oversized, and I think so does that one. All right, let's dump them out and take a look. Let me try to pull this out of here without launching any pins. Okay, let's not. Let's say I did take that key out. Because I got a feeling if I pull it out, those pins might launch. Okay, homemade serrations and a spool. Number 2 is an undersized pin. Well, you'll see these in a minute, but undersized. Odd. Wow, that's a neat looking pin with spool on top and serrations on the bottom. That guy, I think that's a normal pin. It's just that the hole is oversized. I don't know why that would be. Okay, number 5. Oh wow, another homemade, very nice. And the last one, homemade as well. That's also an undersized pin. Now that I can get the key out, we'll put him down. Let's take a look at this core. We have 3 threaded, so that'll be 1, 3, and 6. Definitely number 2 is undercut. I can't tell if that's both sides. Maybe number 2 is not undercut. That's just wear on the cylinder, but I can say for sure that number 4 is undercut on both sides. That's kind of nasty. Okay, so that's what we got on the core. Let's take a look at what's upstairs. Tweezers. All right, we have a commercial serrated. And a tiny little copper spring. Number 2 was undersized T-pin, and it also wobbled. We got a wafer on the bottom next to the spring with a upside down T-pin, which makes it wobble. I think we call them drunken. Normally when there's 2 of them, they'd be a drunken spool, but that's how he was laid out. And the spring, another little, it's a longer, thicker copper one. Number 3 is, oh, very nice, a commercial mushroom. You don't often see those. Very nice. And we have a steel spring. Number 4. How evil is that, man? It looks like a satellite or something. You can injure yourself on that spike on the end. That's probably what he's hoping. I'd launch it into my eye or something. And then we got a tiny little steel spring. Next one, he's just barely breaking the shear line back there. Come out, come out. It is a spool, but it's an unusual spool. He has, let me pull him up here and give you a look. It's fat on one end and wide, and then narrow and thin on the other. So pretty cool looking. I'm not going to worry about that spring just yet. And the last one, very powerful. He just launched on me. And it is a homemade serrated. All right, let me see if I can get the spring out of number 6. Steel spring. And number 5. Get my beater over here. This is happening a lot lately, guys. Seems like those springs like to get caught. There he is. Come out. That is a homemade, it's a double spring, little steel guy. I knew one of them back there was really powerful on resistance. No modifications to the core, it doesn't look like. I mean, to the body. All standard. All right, what do we got? Remember, we were looking at threaded in 1, 3, and 6. So 1, let me zoom in a little bit here. So in 1, we had threaded, so a lot of serrations here. We got some serrations there to grab it. 3 was threaded, but 3 has what would be a spool. I would suspect that would be a great one for an undercut. So we have a mushroom and then a homemade guy right there. Number 4 was undercut. So I would think that swapping that pin and that pin probably would have been a good trade if the bidding on the key had been right for that. And then number 6 we got threaded, and this guy is really serrated on both the driver and the key pin. Nice sharp edges. These are homemade pins. And that last one, I got to zoom out so the focus will work right. But that last one is actually undersized. So he's the one that was flopping around inside of there, as was number 2. Very tiny. It's almost like a Master or American type thickness pin inside of a larger bore lock. So it's a lot of flopping around going on there. In terms of springs, we had some variation in the springs as well. Very cool, very challenging lock. It took me, as I said, 3 tries. If I'd failed on this one, this would have been a whipped by Whompy. How would that sound? That would not be good. Anyway, all right, guys, time for the giveaway. All right, you guys have seen this before. This is the May giveaway. These are Learn Lockpicking locks. This is the ultimate adversary. I use these. I got to tell you, I give them away. They're very popular giveaways, and they're excellent training aids for new pickers. If you don't have one, you should think about it, because one of these can replace like a backpack full of locks. You can pin it out however you want to. For those of you who haven't seen it, it does come with pins. This is the ultimate adversary, and it is a 7-pin lock, and of course they're all threaded. The keys to pin this up and all the plugs and parts are in this little bag, and then to keep challenging yourself, you get this bag of I don't know how many hundred different types of pins, all kinds of security pins, replacement parts, little wrench, extra plugs, all kinds of stuff in there. So I'm giving this away because I got it from learnlockpicking.com, and I want to further the LockSport community. All right, guys, in addition, I have something in addition. I'm giving this away, and I'm giving away something that Bob Stout made. And I want to make sure I'm zoomed out. This is a pretty large pinning tray. This one is made from walnut. First one of these that I've seen. Very nice. He does these on his CNC in his basement. And this one, along with this lock, is going to Brian Walker. By the way, how do you get into this? If you've ever registered for anything on the website, we keep your name in a database, and I just call up the webmaster and tell him to randomly draw some names. Brian, you're the winner of this kit. I've got another one here, and this one's a little bit different, also by Bob Stout. This one is for a LearnLockPicking.com Ultimate Challenge Lock. This is the 6-pin version, and you're going to get what Bob calls his Jeep version. This one is made from, I believe, bamboo. Beautiful. Notice how it looks like a Jeep with the grill, headlights. Anyway, pinning tray, beautiful, very compact, very nice. Ian Watson, you are the lucky winner of this one, along with that lock. Last, but certainly not least, another one of Bob's beautiful walnut trays. And this one is, let me see, we got here a Ultimate Adversary. So this is a 7-pin lock, donated by LearnLockPicking.com. And this one goes to Newbie. So I want to say Mountain Newbie, but I'm not sure. That might be his initials. But MT Newbie, you are the lucky winner of this one for the May Fan Appreciation Giveaway. Guys, I appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay legal, keep registering. Maybe next month in June, you can be the lucky winner of something else some other cool prize. Thanks, guys.